Bienvenidos al Dakar 2018, etapa 14, Córdoba, Córdoba. ¡Viva Argentina! ¡Viva Argentina!
Welcome to Dakar 2018. It's the final stage of this landmark 40th edition, a 120-kilometre loop around Cordoba. Time to celebrate the winners and all those hardy souls who've completed the world's toughest rally.
There's one word for the little town which provides the backdrop to the final start of Dakar 2018, quaint. La Cumbre, meaning the summit, was an important location in Argentina's 19th century railway development, with a strong British engineering presence, giving the town its provincial feel. There's plenty of rallying history in the surroundings, as the World Rally Championship has passed by throughout its history in Argentina since the 1980s. Tourists visit La Cumbre in the summertime for outdoor pursuits like paragliding, horse riding and golf, but throughout the year there is a cultural appeal in this cosy corner of the Cordoba province.
Previously in the bikes, Sunderland, Bereda and Van Beveren crashed out, while Price, Benavides and Mayo got lost in the wilderness.
I've never felt so bad in my life. There's probably only one thing that feels much worse than that.
Overall, it's been pretty positive. I rode sensibly throughout, but what happened when we got lost. We lost, so there'll be a sense of bitterness until the end. Walkner is set for the win.
It's really like a dream comes true, but I don't want to think about this now.
And so to the 14th and final stage of Dakar 2018, a 120-kilometre loop around the city of Cordoba before the celebrations can really get underway. Having covered over 8,000 kilometres since the rally left Lima on January the 6th, it was here in the lush greenery of the Argentine Pampas that the bike riders gathered for one final stage start. Of the 139 who set off from the Peruvian capital, 85, just over 60% of the field, prepared to complete the adventure of a lifetime. Well, the sun doesn't always shine on the Dakar, but this Saturday was an exception. It's a day that will live long in the memory of those who made it through to the finish. After all, it's not just the riders at the top of the standings who are winners on the Dakar. Well, how about this for an effort from American Andrew Short? In spite of breaking his ankle yesterday, the former Supercross and Motocross star was determined to complete the Dakar out of sheer grit. And so to the winners of the different classes. Leia Sanz was once again the top female rider. Her second best performance on the Dakar, 12th overall, after coming 9th in 2015.
I am really happy with my position. To have held on the 12th place, I want to dedicate this to the team. We did a fantastic job. The bike worked perfectly. It's a reward for our hard work all year.
A superb effort from another Spaniard, Oriol Mena. The hero rider was the top rookie in 7th place, while Olivier Pain, 3rd in 2014, took victory in the original class. Gerard Fares may not have the quickest bike, but the wily Spaniard did enough to finish 5th overall for Himoinsa. 7th on his maiden Dakar 2 years ago, 5-time Enduro World Champion Antoine Mayo came 4th and had 2 stage wins. There were also 2 stage wins for the 2016 champion Toby Price, who only had 6 weeks preparation for the Dakar after breaking his leg last year. Both KTM riders will rue the time that they lost in the dunes on stage 10.
It was rough, so it's 12 months under our belt. We'll be ready to go for the next one.
Kevin Benavides had been dreaming of a first win for Honda since '89 and a first for Argentina in the bikes, but he too was caught out on stage 10. After taking the stage 14 win, he's determined to come back even stronger in 2019. Yeah, I'm happy because I pushed hard today. It was an incredible race. It was very close for me to fulfilling my dream. I won't give up. I'll keep working towards that dream, which is to one day win the Dakar. I'm going to do it. But there could only be one winner, and it was Matthias Walkner. Second behind Sam Sunderland last year, he secured a 17th straight victory for KTM in the bikes. The Austrian giants boasting a homegrown winner for the very first time. Walkner powered into a 40-minute lead on stage 10 and never let it slip. In the end, he was just under 17 minutes clear of Benavides. The 31-year-old becomes Austria's second Dakar winner in all categories after Peter Reif in the trucks in 1997.
Just amazing. It's really that a dream comes true, and now I take a little bit time to realize what happened. But yeah, sometimes when I was dreaming before 3 weeks, and then when I think, okay, now fly back and maybe a win, but yeah, it's so unreal at the moment. It's just amazing.
So Benavides winning the final stage ahead of Price and Mayo. Fine efforts from Daniel Oliveras and Johnny Aubert to complete the top 5. Incredibly, only 2 of last year's top 10, Walkner and Fares, are back in this year's top 10. The Austrian with a total winning time of 43 hours, 6 minutes and 1 second. Aubert and Mena are ahead of the 2-time world champion Pablo Quintanilla, with Oliveras and Honda's Nacho Cornejo rounding out the top 10. It took him 4 years to reach the top of the podium, yet when he was motocross world champion, Matthias Walkner had no intention of doing the Dakar.
Something really interesting, what I really like to look, but I never want to try. It was like such a big adventure race, and I say, maybe not for me.
But one man changed his destiny, fellow Austrian and former Dakar rider Heinz Kinney-Gardner.
He's like the person, if I have no clear vision, or if I didn't know left or right more or less, then he's a guy a little bit from looking outside and to help to understand some things.
He grabbed the first podium last year.
For me, honestly, it means a lot, because was really like my dream when I changed to rally was like that I finished top 3 to get this small rally, this Bedouin trophy from the Dakar.
And this year, experience paid off.
Last year, the 10th day was like more or less the key day who bring me on the podium, and this year Lux also was like the key day, and maybe I have a little bit the feeling for this, but sure was also a lot of luck.
After stage 10, the Austrian had a 40-minute lead and handled it perfectly.
Sure, I like this position more with big gap than when it's pretty close, but when it's pretty close, in the end you have nothing to lose. It's just like all in, and if it works, it works, and if not, doesn't matter, you give all back.
Carefully and cleverly, Walkner reached the Dakar summit.
Yeah, it's really hard to say, but it's really like a dream comes true.
Well, in the quads, it's been the story of a man on a mission. The only Chilean to win the Dakar, Ignacio Casale, was simply in a class of his own as he stormed to a second title. The 2014 champion led from start to finish, winning no fewer than 5 stages, and he never came in lower than 4th place. I managed to stay in first position from the very first day. I really rode with my head, with a lot of strategy, and I think that was the recipe for staying on top from start to finish. Well, Nicolas Cavigliasso was the surprise package of this edition, the Argentine taking a sensational second place overall on his maiden Dakar. Third place went to another Argentine, Jeremias Gonzalez, his second podium finish after he came second in 2015. Overall, Casale with a huge lead over Cavigliasso, Gonzalez over 2 hours back. Brazil's Marcelo Medeiros and Peru's Alexis Hernandez made it an all-South American top 5. Over the past fortnight, Dakar 2018 has taken us through some breathtaking landscapes. From the dunes of Peru to the Altiplano of Bolivia and the Pampas of Argentina. So let's take a moment to sit back and enjoy some of the most stunning scenery that South America has to offer.
Offering the ultimate in performance.